Hi, my name is Tavleen, and I am a centric scientist when it comes to quantum leaping and shifting our reality. And today we're talking about law of least effort because it's widely misunderstood. We think that law of least effort actually means not doing anything at all and things get done automatically, except the two. But not in the way we think. What we think is that we just have to sit and things will happen on their own. But the truth is that there is one thing that we've completely missed. Now, before I tell you what that missing link is, I want you to analyze your own day. If you're in the process of attracting what you want, then I know what you're doing. Yes, I am that fly on the wall. You're watching videos, you're collecting information, doing this technique and that technique, doing this journal and that journal. And then right before you sleep, you're probably even doing your gratitude and doing your affirmations. And the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning is that you have an audio to listen to, and the list goes on. So your nervous system is always on the caffeine mode. It is always bringing up things to do. So every time you try to sit down and relax, the nervous system throws another googly at you. Hey, what about that thing? We haven't done that. So it's always fried. Your dopamine meters are always like asking for more. Well, can you just check that item off your list? That journaling that you haven't done yet, so that I can release the dopamine, I can give you that instant gratification. And I don't even blame you because aren't there enough people out there who are creating content telling you which technique to do for what? There are like specific techniques that you can actually do to attract specific things. But what we don't realize in this process is that we've become human doings instead of human beings. And that is where the law of least effort comes in as well. Just stay with me. When you're in the being state, which means that you are just basking in the glory of now, you're just enjoying the present moment as it is, you're going to be able to reap the rewards of it in the doing state. So stay in the moment right now and ask your nervous system to relax, to not give you one task after the other, because that is always going to keep you checking items off your list, and that won't get you anywhere. So, what does it mean to be in the being state? It means just appreciating life for what it is right now. And I'll tell you, before I was going to start this video, something happened. So I was going to move backwards. So I kept my hand at the back, is what I thought I did. But then without really checking in firmly, I moved back and I actually got hurt because my hand slided. And the message clearly was that when you try to make progress without having a firm footing, you fall. And therefore, what we're seeking all the time is visibility. But the truth is that the universe needs to work on our roots. It needs to work on our firm strengthening. And until we're rooted, firmly grounded, growth cannot happen. Because even if it will be too soon. And it will only be destructive in nature. And that's not how nature works. So it definitely wants a firm rooting. And so when you learn to be in the now, in the being state, is when you come into inspiration, inspired. And that is what law of least effort is also all about, because it doesn't feel like effort. When you're firmly grounded, then the energy flows through you and it knows what to do. And that is where it all shifts, because then you're not doing things to impress yourself or to impress the invisible. You're just being and allowing. And therefore, you enter into the state of co-creation with the universe, because then your desires are also coming from a conscious aspect of yourself, not from the unconscious aspect that wants to impress somebody or wants to win brownie points with their parents. They're literally coming from your higher self. And then you start to work with your higher self, co-creating a new version of reality. It's not coming from your old, rustic nervous system, which just wants to show up, which just wants results, which just wants visibility, which is doing it for the sake of doing it. More journals, more techniques, more information. And it keeps you loaded, keeps you on your toes. So the missing piece really here is a firm understanding that everything that's happening right now is for my highest good. And that's what we miss. Because in trying to get somewhere, in trying to achieve something, we overlook the fact that this right now is all that is. This breath right now is all that is. And therefore, this is going to be your anchor. whatever it is for my highest good. And when you train your nervous system to accept this frequency, then no matter what you create, you will not feel that sense of emptiness, that sense of something still missing, because this is the piece that's missing. And when you make that your dominant frequency, when you learn to stay in it for sustained amount of time, then you check into your being state and you get into a state of inspiration. And then whatever effort that you do, it feels like no effort at all. Exactly how water works. No matter how many rocks or stones you place in its way, it finds its way by looking at where is least resistance available. So it checks, creates paths based on least resistance. So there's least internal resistance in that work. And the energy flows through you and does that work. That is co-creation with the higher self, also called flow state, because then you're just flowing like river. You're not doing. Things are getting done through you. And that's the fundamental difference in being and in doing. I really hope that you enjoyed watching this video, and let me know what are your thoughts on the flow state. Stay tuned and let's quantum leap together, because I am creating this revolution with you.